Do you have a burning desire to get a stronger back? If so, you've come to the right place. Hi, my name's Kamina Sue, and in this video I'm going to share with you my favourite Swiss ball exercises that you can do to strengthen your back. So a Swiss ball is a really great exercise to add a safe amount of instability that forces your body to work just that little bit harder to be able to stabilize itself. And we do that through recruiting key muscles in our torso and our legs. So the first exercise that we want to take a look at to strengthen your back using a Swiss ball is the Swiss ball plank. Do make sure your Swiss ball has enough air in it, otherwise it makes these exercises a lot more difficult. So with a properly inflated Swiss ball, you want to go ahead and take the ball, and I like to be slightly behind the ball. I'm going to place my knee on top of the ball, and then I'm going to go ahead and come into a plank position. First of all, I'm going to set up my upper body. Now, you want to make sure that your hands are working correctly, that your fingers aren't too close together. This is a very common mistake that tends to dump weight in the heel of the hand, and also your arms just can't really engage, okay, because there's no innervation going on from the fingers pressing into the floor. So you want to make sure that the fingers are really strongly spread as much as possible, that your hands are shoulder distance apart, no further apart, which is another common mistake. Middle finger pointing straight ahead if you can. And then you're going to go ahead and press the floor away. Get really straight and strong through your arms. You're going to feel your shoulder blades engaging here. And then you're going to just go ahead and put your knees onto the very top of the ball. Steady yourself here. Very important not to hang the head or lift the head up too high. Just make sure that your neck is nice and long and you're really getting in touch with those shoulder blades. Now, draw your navel into your spine and then slowly start to walk the Swiss ball down your legs like so. And then once you're here, you want to create a really nice stiff torso, and you do that by pressing the floor away and gently pressing your hips gently towards the floor. This is what's called a posterior pelvic tilt. So by doing that, you're helping to train your body to have its stiff torso, which will help to protect and heal your back. So you want to be here. Let's say start off with maybe 5-10 seconds if you're new to this, and building up to about 30 seconds. The Swiss ball plank. So the second exercise I'm going to go over is the crane prep hold. Now this works muscles in your back, which are going to help greatly. If they are working properly, they're firing properly, are going to help strengthen your back. And so that's the name of the game here, is to strengthen your back to get you out of pain. So this one here is called the crane prep hold. Basically what you're going to do is that you're going to start in the same position as we did in the Swiss ball plank, placing the knees on the top of the ball and placing the hands once again shoulder distance apart. Now the point of the crane prep hold is to activate our lats, which are the largest muscles on our back. And you'll know that they're activating because you can actually feel like your side body kind of contracting, okay? You'll sort of feel it tightening. And when they're tightening, you know that your lats are engaging. So what you want to do here is, if you're new to having your lats engaged, and they are pretty much dormant in the vast majority of people, you want to start off with a simple exercise here. We're going to take an inhalation, pressing the floor away with the same cambered fingers as I had gone over in the previous exercise. And then exhale, I'm going to micro bend those elbows out to the side, relaxing the head and the neck. And with the elbows being a little bit bent, it should be easier for you to feel your lats firing here. And holding this for about 5 to 8 seconds, and then taking an inhalation, pressing the floor away, and repeating. Now once you're confident that you can actually feel your lats firing with your elbows a little bit bent, it's now time to think about recreating that feeling with your arms straight, because we want to be able to feel our lats firing if the elbows are bent or straight. So let's go ahead and move into the pose. Let's go ahead and take an inhalation, push the floor away, steadying yourself here by bringing the navel into the spine, and then bring both knees onto the top of the ball. Now once you're here, you're going to take an inhalation, exhaling, you're going to bring your knees in towards your arms and see if you can actually feel your lats firing here. And being here for about 10 to 20 seconds, relaxing the face and jaw, breathing and keeping mindful that you're off your back, and then gently releasing. Can gently release by just simply bringing the hips back towards the heels, having a little bend in the arms, just letting the back relax, letting the head relax, and then go ahead and repeat. So the ability to stabilize your torso by having your lats engaging is a really important skill to be able to develop. And with really engaged lats, it'll also help to protect your back and, very crucially, your shoulder girdle from injury. So the last exercise that I'll be going over in this video is the Swiss ball crunch. And this is where we're going to be working primarily the rectus abdominis, which is the six-pack muscle. So getting the Swiss ball, you're going to go ahead and take your tush and sit on the very top of the ball, and then you're going to go ahead and gently walk your feet forward like so. And it takes a little bit of practice to get the ball in the right place, but just sort of move around and make sure that you're feeling nice and supported. So ideally you want to have your mid and upper back supported. Don't have the ball down too low in your lower back, or it's not going to feel very comfortable. So once you've gotten the ball in the right place for you, you want to go ahead and engage your lower body. So making sure the feet are hip distance apart, you're already spreading those toes, lifting those arches, and you're squeezing your glutes. It's very, very important to squeeze the glutes, activate through the feet to make sure your lower body is nice and steady. Then you're going to go ahead and place the hands behind the head like so. Now, I like to actually just gently support the head with my fingertips, making sure the elbows are nice and wide. Resist the temptation to do something like this, where you're basically kind of curling your elbows up towards the ceiling. It feels kind of comfortable on the hands, but you're going to want to crank on your neck if you do this. So you want to have your hands like so, elbows nice and wide, and then looking up towards the ceiling. Don't have your head too far forward, or that once again will be uncomfortable on your neck. So making sure that your glutes are squeezing, you're pressing your feet into the floor, taking an inhalation here. Exhaling, you're going to lift your chest up towards the ceiling, keeping the elbows wide. And then repeating, inhaling here, exhaling, lift. So you don't need to do too big of a range of motion here to work the rectus abdominis. As long as you can actually feel your front contracting without straining your neck, you're doing the exercise correctly. So the name of the game here, guys, is to train muscular engagement, because strength is a neuromuscular skill. And so you don't have to hold these poses, for so long, or to do endless numbers of them. You just want to do there's a sweet spot where you do just enough, and then you actually feel that you're getting the benefits from it without tiring yourself out or hurting your neck or whatever the case may be. So it takes a little bit of time to build the awareness, but once you build it, you just need to maintain it. If you enjoyed this video, please follow or subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.